Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Welcome back. This is Redemption Goddess. I hate that I was eating something right when I pressed the live button. I don't know why I did that. I apologize. Okay. And forgive me because I will be muting and eating my little chips. Now, I would have been doing this research anyway, but because I've built a little small, little struggle community with my struggle channel here on YouTube, I figured I'd do the research live. Now, a little bit of backstory why I even got interested in this. I was listening to Professor Black Truth's Friday address a couple of weeks ago. I will link this in the description box after this video is processed. Professor Black Truth, if you don't already know who he is, I will link that in the description box. So, I don't have access to the Library of Congress and all of this, at this moment. I haven't traveled anywhere. All I have is Google, just like everybody else. And um, I like to Google. I mean, I enjoy Google. I like that I have the answers here at my fingertips. And also, if I wanted to buy any books from Amazon or whatever, get them sitting directly to my home, sometimes in that same day. If I want to be super cheap, I'll write the book down, go to Half Price Books, buy it there. But I absolutely love Google. Now, when I Googled, this is like the term that I Googled. What companies benefited from slavery in the United States? Now, I'm going to include world in that search eventually, but because I'm here in the United States, I'm going to use that search criteria for now. Hello and welcome to the chat. Thank you for the like. Whoever liked, you liked it and left. That's still cool. Maybe your boss walked by and you got to pretend like you're doing stuff. So, the playback. That's why we always have the playback. I'm not on my computer, so I didn't set any of the settings where you can't play back or anything like that. Okay, quick chip break. I'm sorry. One more, just to. Mm, mm, mm. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, but I'm apologizing anyway. I'm trying to figure out which one I want to go with first. I don't like going with the very first search result. So Vox, it looks like in August 2019, when the 400-year mark was passed, but I thought that it was longer than that. They have science.org, history.com. Let's pick one. I also want you to go check out Professor Black Truth. Please subscribe. He has a very professory like way about him, so you will learn something every broadcast. So all the clowning that I do, the parodies, the funny, the roasting, the this and that. If you want straight information given like a professor, um, please go subscribe and check out that channel, please. I need to. I'm gonna donate to the channel. I just I have some catastrophic business issues right now. I should cry, but I can't. I can't cry. I don't want to cry. I'm not a crybaby. Mm. Okay, well, let's scroll back up. So the BBC. Let's go to this second one. This particular site is called American Golfers Digest.com. Wow, this is not golf related, but okay. Let me see if okay, yeah, that's what I clicked on. Hmm, very interesting. Okay, so the article was written by Debert Cook. Let's see if we can click him. Own your own newsletter business. That's what happens when I click on his name. Wow. Oh, Debert. It's a girl. Oh, no, no, no. I'm sorry. Great. See, I ain't got good sense. Is it a girl? No. So this is just a picture of a golf person. She's a black golf lady. Look black to me. Thought they were going to give us some credentials on Miss Debert or Mr. Oh, excuse me, Mr. Debert. Oh, well, such is life. So this article is titled 15 Major Corporations You Never Knew Profited from Slavery. Now you can't sit up here and say, "Oh, you woke. You woke. You you live in the past." I don't want to hear none of that bullshit. The enslavement of African people in the Americas by the nations and peoples of Western Europe created the economic engine that funded modern capitalism. I already like how this is starting out. Therefore, it comes as no surprise that most of the major corporations that were founded by Western European and American merchants prior to roughly 100 years ago benefited directly from slavery. Lehman Brothers, whose business empires started in the slave trade, recently admitted their part in the business of slavery, according to the Sun Times. The financial services firm acknowledged recently that its founding partners owned not one, but several enslaved Africans during the Civil War era, and that in all likelihood it profited significantly from slavery. This is a sad part of our heritage. We we're deeply apologetic. No, honey, no, no, you need to be apologetic with your pockets. It was a terrible thing. There's no one sitting in the United States in the year 2005. When was this article written? Wow, this was May 2014. So I guess when they said this was in 2005. Hopefully, hopefully, who would ever in a million years define the practice, said Joe Palazzotto. Oh, please. But they don't. So, okay. All right. So this kind of this debunks, what is his name? I'm just here to make you think guy. Didn't he, didn't he say, okay, maybe I need to go look at his stuff again because I was thinking that he was saying like slavery and the ships and all of this stuff. It's just a myth that never existed or something like that, right? Then I've heard recently, I didn't hear this come out of his mouth, but I've heard people say that he said things about aliens and all types of stuff. But Lehman Brothers right here admitted the craziest thing, the craziest thing is in the reparations conversation. I don't understand why not go after or go to these people who are on record admitting benefiting or owning and benefiting from slavery. Owning slaves and benefiting from slavery. I don't get it. So, Aetna Inc., the United States' largest healthcare insurer, apologized for selling policies in the. I heard this before and I didn't go off and confirm it. And here it goes right here. I heard this about 2 years ago. Someone said this a couple years ago. It might have been Tariq Nasheed. I'm not sure. Wow. They apologized for selling policies in the 1850s that reimbursed slave owners for financial losses when the enslaved Africans they owned died. Aetna has long acknowledged that for several years shortly after its founding in 1853 that the company may have ensured the lives of slaves, said Aetna spokesman Fred Lamberg in 2002. I can't, because I'm reading. I don't watch slave movies. I'm not into all of that stuff. Like, this shit only pissed me off. Rosewood and all of this. I didn't like the black exploitation movies with the weird pimps and all of this stuff. Um, this is beginning to piss me off. What I'm trying to understand is the people online talking about reparations, supposedly. I don't understand. What can we can't just sue these people? Has anyone sued them for the I don't get it. We too busy talking about Tone and Yvette Carnell and the split between Tariq and this one. So we split up into so many different parts of this conversation that no one has these motherfuckers said this stuff way back in 2002. There should have been a lawsuit filed the day after they said the shit. That's why I say, oh, these older people, they cowards and they just talk shit. When the internet came, they found a platform, a medium to talk, and that's all it is. Talk, 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 talk. That's it. You don't want no damn reparations. JP Morgan and Chase recently admitted their company's links to slavery. Today, we are reporting that that this research found that between 1831 and 1865, two of our predecessor banks, Citizens Bank and Canal Bank in Louisiana, accepted approximately 13,000 enslaved individuals as collateral on loans and took ownership of approximately 1,200 of them when the plantation, oh God, imagine that. When they defaulted on their loans, the company wrote this in a statement. You can't make this shit up. And literally, they just talk about, they just talk. Cut the check. Cut the check. Cut the check. President by anybody. Nobody, what president is gonna give us bread? Oh, I can't stand. Oh, I didn't want to get pissed off today. Okay, let's continue. Let me keep my emotions at bay. New York Life Insurance Company is the largest mutual life insurance company in the United States. They also took part in slavery by selling insurance policies on enslaved Africans. According to the USA Today, evidence of 10 more New York Life slave policies come from 1847. Come from an account, 1847 account book. Hold on, let me get it right now, y'all. Evidence of 10 more New York Life's slave policies come from an 1847 account book kept by the company's Natchez, what? Miss agent? I have no idea. Oh, Natchez, Mississippi agent. W.A. Britton. Okay. The book, part of a collection at Louisiana State University, contains Britton's notes on slave policies he wrote for the amount ranging from $375 to $600. A 1906 history of New York Life says 339 of the company's first 1,000 policies were written on the lives of slaves. USA Today reported that Wachovia Corporation, now owned by Wells Fargo, has apologized for its. Everybody apologizing. So you get this money. Let's get this right. And I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear shit. I really don't. So y'all get this damn money. Feeding your families, putting them through college. Slavery ends. You have the profits. You have the things, the material, the education, all of the benefits from the labor. And we're not even going to get into butt breaking and all the sick shit from behind the scenes that they was doing. And all these motherfuckers got to say is sorry. And all the people, the black folks sitting up here, well, I don't like that name. We should name it something else. Oh, I don't like you, so you're not a part of this. And oh, let's do this. And so for 20 more fucking years, we sit around and argue about who leads this movement and what it should be called. Ain't nobody filed not near motherfucking lawsuit. Except Claude Anderson, right? Didn't Claude Anderson file some lawsuits? I think Claude Anderson is the only one, to my knowledge. Now I know it's probably more people that maybe filed lawsuits and things like that. And actually, that's another thing that I want to research. Let me write that down real quick. And let me mute this while I eat these chips. I don't want to be that rude. And then I love how the gaslighting of this. And that's their word now. I love the gaslighting. It's like, oh, well, that was a long time ago. You guys should just get over it. Pick yourself up by your bootstraps. It was so long ago. And plus, they've already apologized. And then they sit up there and get them drugs in our community and totally screw us up. But listen, when you're a hateful, fucked up person or people or group of people to get on code to be hateful and fucked up and try to annihilate some more people, guess what happened? Just like that lady that was trying to burn up her boyfriend car and that shit exploded and backfired on her goofy ass. So guess what happened? Hey, people hooked on drugs and messed up too. Dumb as a box of rocks. All of this privilege. Oh, you don't have to be smart. You just such and such son. And so, because you white, you right, come on in. Then he blow up the whole plant. All these motherfuckers got to say is oops. Again, he's white, he's right. So, oh, we're not going to press charges. We're going to make him pay a fine. Oh, yeah, I know a whole bunch of people died and all this stuff happened. But, oh, no. Sitting up here, white is right, right? So now you got a bunch of low-skilled dope fiends that you want to run shit. They know. That's why they letting, oh yeah, the borders are open. Come on in, because they know. They know. And even when we have smart black folks, other black folks kill them. Yeah, make it make sense. When you have a child with some potential, oh, they getting hit by stray bullets sitting in their bed, getting hit by stray bullets at the table celebrating their birthday, um, walking outside, playing outside, going to McDonald's with their father, what. So even our potential, because the drugs are so rampant and people are so on dope fiend time. So even when they would rather go over to India and let folk in from India, China, wherever, long as they're not black. As long as they're not black, they can come. Because they know that it's America, we low skilled. Bottom line, down on the 40s, 40 something in education. And even with all of this, And this, when you start hearing people say, when you hear Tariq Nasheed and them talk about the code or being on code, this is what you're talking about. Because this shit is still literally going on. Won't hire, sir. I didn't like their name. Still doing shit, fucking with us. After all this time. Even looking at the consequences of their behavior. Seeing that it affects them as well. Still don't want to change. Still don't want. I'm telling you, if they made these companies, just this 15 that's named here. Does it say 15? Let's name them off because I don't feel like every time I read one, I just get more and more pissed off. We said Aetna, JP Morgan Chase, New York Life. USA Today reported that Wachovia Corporation, now owned by Wells Fargo, has apologized. NM Rothschild and Son Bank in London. Norfolk Southern. USA Today found that its own parent company, EW Scripps, and Gannett has links to, oh God. The evidence that Fleet Boston evolved from an earlier financial institution, Providence Bank, founded by John Brown, who was a slave trader and owned ships used to transport enslaved Africans. Hold on, John Brown ain't that the dude that black people love? It might be the bank financed Brown's slave voyages and profited from them. Brown even reportedly helped charter what became Brown University. Are they talking about the same John Brown that Judge Joe Brown? CSX used slave labor to construct. Hold on now. Okay, I'm back. There's a lot of commotion now. I know people I forget, they got their toys and stuff going on. Okay. Y'all, this is I'm telling you, so think about, okay, so 400 years, even though I thought it was more than that. Um, so what is that, 4 grandmas ago? That's 4 of your grandmas ago. So if one of the grandmas, it just depends on how your grandma did. If your grandma and grandpa made it out the mud, then your great great grandparents maybe had a better chance, and then hopefully they continue to pass on that wealth. But still, you looking at you looking at like 3 or 4 phases of them trying to annihilate us. They tried to okay, you don't have no job, what is it called? The vagrancy laws and stuff like that. So you have about 3 or 4 phases of them straight up trying to kill us. And I think maybe the 4th or 5th phase, they've begun that. And the gaslighting comes when they sit up here and try, that's not happening. I'm not like that. We have black friends. I have a black granddaughter. That's not like that. No. It's not like you're procreating. You're procreating with us because your genes are weak. You're not procreating with us because you love us or like us. Oh, please. And it got to be the right person. They got to be a rich black person, okay? We understand how this shit working now. Some of the dumb girls, they go get them a Dusty. And he don't do nothing but use her and mess up her credit and tear up her car and leave her with a whole bunch of babies. We know the truth now. The gaslighting is when they say, oh, that's so long ago, you should forget about it. Okay, here's some more companies. Brown Brothers Harriman, the oldest and largest private investment bank and securities firm in the United States, founded in 1818. Yeah, it's a trick bag. You're right. I want to thank you for supporting me. You normally always pop in, unless I'm real late or super early. I think I don't see you here this morning when I was doing my thing on ratchets. That video is still processing. I may not be able to get through this one, you guys. Brooks Brothers, Barclays. See, this is the thing. What I don't understand is I don't get why is it about the government itself? I understand the government allowed it. And yes, the government should be sued separately. But I think that suing these people individually, suing these companies straight out. It's like people get on here, they do their broadcast and they click off. And we fight and argue on here for what, we sitting up here fighting and arguing over this so it's 2022. Some of these people done went and admitted this shit way back in 2002. So you sitting on here, we arguing about the name. We should be called this. No, we should be called this. Let's be called that. I don't want to be called. Fuck what you call me. What are the numbers how many numbers are you calling to put in that bank account? I don't care what you call me, honey. Long as you put the right stuff on there when you direct deposit that money in there. You call me ADOS, you can call me FDA, you can call me whatever. But get the name right when you put in the routing number and the account number. Get that shit right. I don't care what you say after that. Oh, please. Sit up here and argue and fuss and fight. And they sitting up here. To me, this is like, oh yeah, we did it. What you gonna do about it? And look at the obscure ass place that this article is at. It's in American Golfers Digest. That's where this damn article at. So this woman or man, whoever it was, wrote this article, and they just stuck it in. Yeah, we throw it in a Golfer's Digest. An article, 15 major corporations you never knew profited from slavery. This is not on CNN nowhere. This is not anywhere where nobody would know to go and look. This shit is on American Golfer's Digest. Oh, please. My dogs are nuts. Every time I get on here, you said you saw a snowflake. You said not today, Satan. Not today, snow. Thank you. Thank you. Talking about some old. And then we don't do each other no justice. Cause we ain't woke up to this drug mess yet. People still run around here promoting these drugs, promoting guns, promoting violence, doing all this stuff, arguing, fussing, and fighting. And our talented people with talent and people with the potential to do good and be good are getting killed in their homes, walking home from school, accidentally, this or that, and whatever. Our talent is getting taken out by dope heads. Every single thing they've done. They thought, when they had us in them slums and all of that, they thought we'd all die off from diseases and stuff. They tried to accelerate it with little experiments and shit they was doing on people. They thought everybody was going to die off from that. They have tried every damn thing to annihilate us. And in the process, killed their damn self. Got their own grandkids and kids on dope now. You can't sit up here and be fucking an evil villain and get an entire nation on code with you to do this shit and think that you're going to come out unscathed. Is something wrong with you? You think you're going to just come out unscathed? After being the evil villain, you done got entire nations on code to hate black people. You know that? Entire nations. You black, you black, black, you black. Well, you don't like black people. People scared and all of this. Yeah, they're nothing but dope heads and lazy degenerates. Do we grow poppy seed? Dope? Do we grow or produce any of the shit made to make the dope? Do we control any of that? Who has airplanes flying over poppy seeds and flying over this shit? Who? What black person you know? What kingpin ass black person you know? Even the kingpins had a plug. They wasn't flying. Some black grandmama in Mississippi, growing the shit to make all of these drugs and stuff in her backyard. Some black granddaddy somewhere. Oh, please. The Canadian National Railway Company is a Canadian Class 1 railway headquartered in Montreal, Quebec, and serves Canada and the Midwestern and Southern United States. The company also has a history which it benefited from slavery. The Mobile in Ohio. Is it Mobile? Yeah, the Mobile in Ohio. I don't know, actually. Now part of the Canadian National, valued their slaves lost to the war and emancipation at $199,691 on record. That amount is currently worth $2.2 million. Brown Brothers and Harriman, we already talked about them. Brooks Brothers, Barclays, The British multinational banking and financial services company headquartered in London, United Kingdom, has now conceded that companies it bought over the years have been involved in slave trade. Okay. So, let me see what this says. Reprinted 1935 article. Listen, y'all. This gonna blow your mind. This was in a 1935 article about slave insurance in the American conservative. I'm sorry, conservative. Oh Lord, fucking my American education. Damn it. Anyway, conservative magazine. So basically, they admitted this shit back in 1935. So 1940. Hold on, we already knew black men was running around trying to go to the Supreme Court so they could marry white women. We know that was going on. They didn't want no reparations back then. They wanted some white ass. Come on now. This stuff was already out there. In 1935, they had already published this and said who benefited and whatever. They already published this. The original version of this article was originally was published in the Atlanta Black Star. All right, so that is so crazy because the first result from my search, which, since for those who are new, what companies benefited from slavery in the U.S.? The very first thing that pops up is the BBC news article. It's the hidden links between slavery and Wall Street. Now, Professor Black Truth went into that a few Fridays ago. I'll leave you to go look at his video to check that out. 10 institutions you didn't know had ties to slavery. Let's see what kind of weird ass obscure online publication. This is Reader's Digest. Okay. Yale University. The US presidency. Oh Lord. The White House. The US Capitol. All this is built by slaves. The banking industry. We already just read through that. American whiskey. Okay, we just read about Brooks Brothers. Wall Street. Again, Professor Black Truth covered that. The insurance industry. So now I'm starting to think that these black talking head people are sent from somewhere. Because this don't make no sense that in all this time, zero progress. Like nothing towards this so hold on now. Okay, it is just entirely too much going on. More than usual. Man, had to eat a chip to that one. Hmm. I'm confused now. I'm confused. Because we had Jay Morrison jump out talking about plebiscites and some more shit. We had these people that have been talking about this stuff for years and years and years. I don't understand. I'm not a lawyer, but I don't get why wouldn't we sue these companies directly as a collective or a class action lawsuit or something. Something. Let me go. Let me see who has sued for reparations. I don't know how class action lawsuits work. You know, reparations for slavery are already being paid all over the country. This article is January 31st, 2020. For real? Come on now. Me and BB Cross, we waiting now. You seen anything? I ain't seen nothing now. It seemed like everybody ramped up in 2020, 2021. Stop merely requesting and start suing for reparations. Who wrote this article? This is October 5th, 2021. Michael Cord. Corrad. Oh, Lord be. Are y'all going to let me read this article? Hold on. Here's something here. Here's proof. H.R. 40, initially introduced in 1989 by Michigan Democratic Congressman John Conyers and reintroduced every year by him until he retired in 2017, and then by Texas Democratic Congressman Sheila Jackson. These are all the people they attack on here regularly, don't they? Sheila Jackson Lee. I've heard them clown her. I've heard them clown the Conyers guy. Has not even been allowed to proceed to a vote. And this is despite the fact that H.R. 40 doesn't exactly request reparations. It merely reasonably and rationally requests the creation of a commission. See, well, good. I'm glad that stupid shit didn't go through because ain't nobody trying to study shit. We already know. This seems like this is going to be a long ass article about absolutely nothing. Reparation. Oh, no. Let me shut up. Sorry. Let me take that back, sir. The author to this. Let me be quiet. I apologize. Reparations lawsuit considerations. Damages. Okay, I want to see where anybody, come on. I know somebody was froggy enough to jump out on a limb. Please tell me like a group, a family, or somebody did more than just talking. Slavery reparations lawsuit, business and human rights.org. This is March 24th, 2002. In 2002, descendants of 19th century African American slaves filed 9 lawsuits seeking reparations from corporations. Plaintiff alleged the corporations have its ties to transatlantic slave and were unjustly entrenched from the labor of African American slaves. The court held that these claims raised political questions and were therefore beyond the scope of the federal judiciary. Descendants of 19th century African American slaves filed 9 lawsuits in 2002. The plaintiff alleged that the defendant corporations, financial, railroad, tobacco, insurance, textile companies, and their predecessors. Let's see what happened. In the court, it dismissed the claim, but allowed the plaintiffs to amend their complaint. Huh. Okay, well, so much for the lawsuit idea. Look like they already got that covered. So they basically the illusion of inclusion. So it didn't say how many. It just said a group of folks that say that they are descendants of 19th century slaves. They got together and they tried. I wonder if black people dogged them too. Did they dog them out? Tear them on down to the white meat? Made memes and puppets and shit about their ass? This is 2002. Okay, so I get it. I get why they trying to go straight to the government. They trying to make the government make these companies pay because going through the judicial system apparently is not working. So I have to eat my words on that because apparently some people tried through lawsuits. But of course, who are the judges? Mainly. I know it's a few little trickle black judges, women, but whatever. But on the federal level, and then if you look at what Trump did, Trump put all those white judges in there. And then they want to sit up there and say he ain't racist. Oh, please. Okay. Lawsuit led by a 105-year-old seeks reparations from Tulsa race massacre. This is September 3rd, 2020. In 1870, Henrietta Wood sued for reparations and won. So she got $2,500. I got some family with their last name Wood now. Come on now. Was that somebody? Knowing my luck, they'd be like, oh, we already gave your family reparations. Knowing my luck, we already gave your family reparations. Sorry. We gave you guys $2,500 back in 1825. Dumbasses. So they had a debate. The House heard a debate. This article is from June 18th, 2019. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Capitol Hill during the hearing scheduled to subcommittee. Is this the real reason why they was sitting up here mad on January 6th? Hold on, what? Let me go back. Okay, so no, they did that last year. Okay. No, I'm right, 2020, so 2019. So I did that shit January 2020. In July, oh, so that's why white folks were so damn mad. Did nothing come from it. They want to debate the issue. Y'all don't see, this is that gaslighting, and this is why I couldn't hardly really get on board, because it was just too much going on, and it just seemed like at every turn there was like gonna be um no way to for us to achieve our goal. Because if you're trying to go federal, you got all these judges in there. They go, oh no, we're gonna dismiss it. But you can come back and keep spending your money and keep spending your time, and we'll keep pretending like we're listening to you. That's that gaslighting shit. And in the same breath of air, so they go and take this money, build these companies, and their kids and their grandkids and their great grandkids and their great great grandkids get to go to the best schools and live in the best neighborhoods and drive the best cars, because they didn't have to get out in the field and work. They can sit in a university and learn and become an intellectual, while somebody's sitting out in the field sweating and working themselves literally to death. And then in the same breath of air, they'll tell you to pick yourself up by your bootstraps. Oh, stop being a victim. Oh, stop complaining. Oh, shut the fuck up. This is the biggest trick here. Let me tell you the biggest trick. I'm not going to say it's the biggest trick. I'll just say it's one of the tricks. So they treated them Polish people bad. They treated Italian people bad. They treated other European Caucasian folks horrible. Treated them like shit. Imagine that. So then once they got done treating them like shit, they tricked their ass and said, well, you're not black. At least you're not black. We'll give you some crumbs. The crumbs we're going to give to those little niggers over there. We'll give them to you, and you jump on code with us. And that goofy ass did it. They did it. Some of them changed their last name. You got Chinese people over here doing surgery on their eyes to look less Chinese. Are you fucking serious? Hey, you be on our team, or we gonna start treating you like the blacks. They didn't want to get treated like the blacks, so they hurried up and got on code. Now, when we say something is right, you echo that shit. Okay. Yeah, this one got my blood boiling a little bit. But instead of having my blood boil, I need to come on back to rational land. And this is a serious conversation. And I will say that it seems like black folks are more serious about this than they've ever been in any time in history. So that's a good thing. The division and the infighting amongst ourselves, I hope that we can clear that up so we can all get on one page and be on code. And you do hear Tariq Nasheed talk about the code, getting on code. And it doesn't mean that we sit up here and look the other way and that our code has to be the same code that they have. Because their code is you white, you right. We can help, you white, we gonna try whatever we can to get you off unless you've just done something so horrible that we cannot, or you've done it so out in the open that there's no way for us to cover for you or whatever. So when Tariq Nasheed and others talk about being on code, our code would be different than their murderous, fucked up code, obviously. But it is disheartening to know that some of these cities where these people are totally doped out, totally screwed up, doped out, the dope causing mental health and birth defects. And I mean, we resilient and everything, honey, but we got a crisis like no other amongst us with this drugs and all this mess. And for me to help get everybody on code, I think that that's a key piece. You want everybody on code, you got to get folks off drugs. That's it and that's all. Because you'll have some people that get off drugs and they ain't gonna never be right. They ain't gonna never be right. But some people will be able to get off drugs, properly take care of their children and nurture some of these bright minds that we have coming up. Um, because the drugs, when you look at the drugs and the rap music, those two things alone, we killing ourselves. So forget trying to throw you in prison for this or that and vagrancy and lottering and stop and frisk and all that shit was taking too long. It's taking too long for them to die, all these sicknesses. It's taking too long for them to die of the poisonings that we've dumped in a community because it's environmental racism too. That's a real thing. It's taking too long for the cancers and the death to set in. And on top of that, we dying too. Imagine being that diabolical that you'll be willing to take some of your own people out just to try to annihilate a whole race of people. And the entire world is watching and doing nothing. Participating in the shit. Participating in it. Literally watching 400 years of folks trying to take us the fuck out. And it's not working. It is not working. It's not working. All over in Africa killing folks. Oh, take this medicine. We're here to help you. Oops, my bad. Oh, wow. 10,000 of y'all died or have birth defects. Oh, we're sorry. All over the world trying to kill the shit out of black people. And ain't nobody saying shit. Talking about some human rights organizations and oh, please. Oh, please. People, y'all sitting around between. I can't even believe this shit. I can't even believe this. Sitting around watching folks try to take black folks out. And not try. Successful in some points. But this Aryan white nation that they're looking for could never be. It will never be. And just like an evil villain, petting a cat, just like an evil villain, motherfucker don't know when to stop, blow up with the shit and everything. Don't know when to leave well enough alone. And every trick bag we fall for. Come on, let's hold hands. We shall overcome. Yeah. Oh, they're nice now. Psych. Kill, kill, kill. Oh, please. And we just keep falling for it, keep falling for it, keep falling for it. Oh, my God. Your granny fell for it. Her granny fell for it. All the grannies and grandpas fall for it. Now we in 2022. And this generation is so doped out, they don't even know what is up and what is down. Oh, please. Anyway, I'm going to leave this alone. I'm going to leave this alone. Check out Professor Black Truth. Please go over there and like and subscribe and participate with the content. And I got to get out of here and go detox. Thank you for listening.